Hey everybody, it's Yolanda Postell here. I thought I'd just jump on real quick, do a quick video. It is amazing today. It is absolutely gorgeous. The sun is shining, the sky is clear, the birds are chirping, and I am loving it this morning. It's a perfect day. And speaking of perfection, how many of you have something that you are working on or planning to do, but you want it to be perfect? You want to blow people away. You just want people to be completely amazed. And so you have this project, this idea in mind, but you keep delaying because it's just not there. It's just not as perfect as you want it to be. And so you've held on to it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, a year, waiting for it to be perfect. My question is to you, is the perfection rooted in fear? Fear that you will be rejected if it's not perfect. Fear that people won't like what you have to put out there if it's not perfect. It really doesn't matter. And when you hold on to things waiting for perfection, it's really procrastination. And it's better to get out there and do something rather than do nothing at all. I understand I want everything I do to be perfect, to be amazing, and sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. I When I do my podcast, Purposeful Woman, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be amazing. Sometimes it's not, though. And the fact is, I did it. I went out there, I recorded the episode, I released it. Heck, I edited it myself. Is it perfect every time? No, it's not. But it's the fact that I do it and I don't hold on to it, because I don't know what the Lord is going to do with what I put out there. If He's put something on my heart, how dare I hold on to it, waiting for things to be perfect? So I had to just take the plunge, jump in, and do what He has called me to do, and do what He has placed on my heart. Sorry, I'm getting a little parched. I need some water. So don't wait for perfection, because somebody needs to hear what you have. If you have an idea for health, to help people get healthy through fitness, through diet, get out there and get started. If you have a business idea where you can help people in your community, get out there and get started. As Patrice Washington said, I'm not sure if she's the first person, but she said sloppy progress is still progress, meaning it may not be all together and it may not be perfect, but at least you're doing it. And as you work on whatever you are trying to accomplish, every time it's going to get a little bit better. Every time you're going to improve. You are going to, your skills are going to advance, and you're going to be able to tweak what you're doing. You're not stuck in doing something a certain way. You can change it. And as I've grown, I've learned little tidbits that help me here and there, and I was able to change and tweak what I've done. There's other things that I'm working on. I'm not ready to put that out there yet. However, I'm just glad to see the progress that I have made. I was very concerned about, what are people going to say? What are people going to think? Are they going to like it? Oh my gosh. And it really wasn't a big deal when I released my podcast, when I put myself out there as a coach. It wasn't a big deal. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. I was the one that cared more than anything. I mean, what I'm saying is nobody cared is they weren't as concerned about it. And you get love and you get support from people. It may not be the love and support from people you expect, but you will get love and support from people. And after a while, you realize it doesn't matter what people have to say. It doesn't matter what they think. All that matters is you were brave enough to take the step and do it. You're brave enough to get out there and get started. You are brave enough to put yourself out there and risk failure and risk sometimes looking silly to get it done. So that's what really this is all about today. I want to encourage you, get it done. Go ahead, get your project done, get your book done. Go file that paperwork for that LLC. Get started. And you will be so proud of the progress that you make when you go and you look back 6 months from now, a year from now, and you are able to look at what you've accomplished. Because I guarantee you, you will be amazed. And you'll be able to see your progression and advancement. Because when I started Purposeful Woman podcast, I was got a car driving by, but when I first started the podcast, I wasn't really 100% comfortable. I think it shined through. And sometimes, if I'm trying to get something done, I'm just get a little frustrated. But yeah, when I first started, it wasn't perfect. And it took a while for me to get comfortable and be used to just speaking into my phone with nobody there. And I did get some feedback. Somebody was said, well, you need to talk like this, and you need to, this is what you probably should say, and this is what you should do. And I had to shut out the noise. So you're going to get feedback from people that may not be applicable to you, and shut out the noise, because how in the world can you tell me how to do something and you're not doing it yourself? And people will give you feedback sometimes based on how they would do it. But guess what? They're not you. They're not you. And they have their own way of doing things, their own way of talking, their own things that they like. However, you are unique, and what God has called you to say and do, you're going to do it in the style that He has given you. Think about Moses. When God called Moses to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt, Moses was like, oh my goodness, I can't speak right. How am I going to do this alone? And God had to give him Aaron. God didn't say, you know what, Moses, that's right, you don't speak right, so let me change the way that you speak. Let me change the way that you do things so that you will be more acceptable. No, God used Moses exactly as he was. And when you read Exodus, Moses still did a lot of the talking anyway. And Aaron was there as support. So, perfection, let it go. Let the idea of perfection go. Nothing we do will be perfect. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to talk a specific way. People will appreciate you the way you are, as long as you're authentic, as long as you're genuine, and you let your truth self shine through. That is all that matters. So today, what are you going to decide to do? What have you been procrastinating about working on or putting out there because you're scared or because it's just not the way you want it to be? I encourage you to go ahead and put it out there, because you did it. And in this world, there are talkers, people that talk a good game, say what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. One day they're going to do it, but then there's the small percentage that actually get out there and put themselves out there and do it. So are you going to be the talker, or are you going to be the doer? The choice is yours. Well, I hope you have a great day. I'm about to get out here and just enjoy this beautiful sunshine. But I will see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button down there. And if you love podcasts, be sure to check out Purposeful Woman Podcast. And take care.